Hey everybody, welcome back to Jon David's Journey. I'm Justin, Jon David's dad. That's Mallory, Jon David's mom, and Jon David's right there. Big brother Hunter is with Mimi and Papa, and you'll see some of that in the photos here later. For today, Jon David had a pretty good day again. The more we can string together, the happier we are. He started the day at 4 liters per minute, over 45% oxygen. Right now, he's sitting at 3.5 liters per minute, over 40% oxygen. So we are really happy about how he's moving forward. He also, from this point forward, will probably be taking half-liter steps going down, but he tolerated the half-liter step today, and so we're excited about that. He also will have an x-ray for chylothorax tomorrow. He made it to 100% breast milk today, and one of the things with breast milk is that it has a higher fat content than the Infoport formula that he was on. And so chylothorax is basically where there's leaks in your lymphatic system, which is your fat carrying system in your body. And so when he was having those leaks and it was kind of filling fluid into his lungs, so they're going to check to make sure that he's not having any more buildup, or what they call a fusion in his lungs, so that way he doesn't collapse one. But so far so good. His last x-ray looked good, and that was 2 days ago. So hopefully this one will look good, and then they'll start fortifying his formula, or fortifying his breast milk with formula, so that way he'll have 24 calories per ounce. He also is now 9 pounds 2 ounces, which is slightly over 2 pounds more than what he was when he was born. So given all of his complications and his complicated journey to get to where he is now, we are very happy that he has been gaining weight and getting bigger and stronger. They also weaned his clonidine today, so he went down on that. Tomorrow it's supposed to be scheduled for methadone and Ativan. Now, if you've been hearing the beeping while I've been talking, his O2 sats have been kind of swinging. For example, right now it's sitting at 91, which is above his range. With him, they want to keep him between 75 and 85. If he gets too high, it's not good. If he gets too low, it's not good. If he gets too high, it'll cause overcirculation and more fluid to build up on his lungs. And if he gets too low, then his body's not getting enough oxygen. So again, his sweet spot is that 75 to 85 range. But his O2 sats, like y'all have known, swing. So sometimes he'll be really high, sometimes he'll be really low. But most of the time he sits in his range where he's supposed to be. If he gets really high or low, we typically give him a few minutes, and a lot of times he'll kind of correct. Now, that being said, today he had a pretty good day. He got all the snuggles and he slept more. Again, like you can see, he's enjoying them. He also didn't just drool while he slept, he blew bubbles while he slept. And then he saw Hunter's little picture of him reading and said he was going to copy it. So we got one of Jon David with his book. Also, we had some visits from Smiling While Sending Hope, who brought a care basket for him. We had visits from Miss Brooke, who was one of the nurses that actually never had Jon David, but always checked in with us, and is a wonderful nurse over in the PCICU. And then we also had a visit this night from Uncle Matt. We also have a comparison of Hunter from last year to this year. Mimi sent a picture of him last year getting ready to go to Africa, and then this year getting ready to go to Africa, to see just how much he has changed. And time really does fly by, and he grows like a weed, and you'll see that in the pictures. Also, he got to go fishing with Mimi and Aunty Sara today and had a ball. And then one of the questions that we've been asked quite a lot is, how is Hunter doing through all of this? And honestly, about as well as you expect a 3-year-old to go through this. He doesn't fully comprehend the situation. We FaceTime him every night when he's not here with us. But it is tough on him, and we do know that. But he is doing really well given the circumstances, and we are doing our best to juggle him being here and there. And so he does pretty well when we FaceTime him, and he does really well, as y'all have seen in some of the videos and clips, when we get to spend time with him.
We're thankful we had a strong support system beforehand, so it's not that he's just thrown in with somebody random. He was with his Mimi and Papa 2 and 3 times a week anyway, and so this was just an extra dose.
Hunter also had fun at Miss Anna's day, playing baseball, sending a message to Jon David with sidewalk chalk, and just being outside and digging around. And then he had a really funny moment where he told Mimi to not stress him out, and you'll see that in one of the pictures as well. I almost forgot to include that this little guy was reaching up and trying to play with his mobile last night, and that I actually got out and walked to Food Line and then actually did a little run this afternoon, which is something that I have not really done since before his event and going on to ECMO. So it was nice to actually get out and do a little exercise, and it was incredibly helpful. So Say, enjoy the clips, everybody. Hope y'all enjoy these. Have a good night and God bless.
Almost. Yay! Good job.